Yu-Gi-Oh! Is about more than just dueling. It's also about bringing people together to do something beyond ourselves. And while today is locals at Millennium, it's not just any locals, it's the holiday toy drive.
So instead of paying for entry, we're all going to be bringing in a toy from $10 to $20 value to play for special prizing. And Millennium will be donating all the toys to Toys for Tots.
We can't all be the king of games, but hopefully today we can all be someone's Santa. It's time to Yule!
Growing up as a 90s kid, Beast Wars was always part of my morning routine, so today I'm bringing Cheetor and Optimus. Both of these characters were spunky, loud, yet never afraid to be themselves, kinda like me. These two dudes brought me so much joy as a kid, and hopefully today we can do the same thing for somebody else. So now that I've made my selection, one that I think is pretty prime, let's see what Logan found in a different aisle.
Hello there. This was a no-brainer for me because one of mine and Brian's favorite thing to do that isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Is build Lego. I love the fact that Lego is for everyone, and much like Yu-Gi-Oh, you can grow up with it, learn from it, and connect in more ways than one. So if you're like us and you love Lego, comment below some of your favorite Lego sets, and make sure you come check out the streams sometimes. We do a lot of Lego building when we're not doing Yu-Gi-Oh, and we're gonna be in the new apartment soon, so streams are gonna look super sick. So now that we've got our Legos, let's go to locals and hope that we don't break. Whoop. Yeah, you're welcome.
For the kids.
What did you bring for the children here, bud?
Yo, I brought Joey Wheeler.
Hey, Joey Wheeler. Victor, I know you got a kid a toy. What'd you get a toy?
I brought that thing right.
You brought Bowie. Oh. What'd you get for the kids? What's your toy?
This is a toy. I promise it is completely random. I ran into the toy corner and then I grabbed the first over $10 product that I've seen and then rushed to check out and then rushed to here.
I think you're secretly a Trolls fan. You're secretly a big fan of them.
I'm sorry.
Jason Bourne, did you bring a toy in today?
I sure did.
You did. What'd
Yep.
you bring?
I brought a remote-controlled Bumblebee Camaro.
Oh my God, that's so cute. I'll have to go find and get footage of it. We also got Transformer stuff. We got Beast Wars stuff.
I wanted to get a cool Megatron thing because he's my favorite, but they were all kind of lame and like small.
Yeah.
So
Too small. Too small.
we want big.
Yeah.
We want big boy toys.
Go big or go home, baby. And you brought in a $30 toy?
Yeah, room,
What'd you bring?
A little
Wow,
race
race
car.
car?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
That's like when I was
You're
a
gonna
kid.
make some kid real happy.
I hope I do.
Now I know we all got something for the kids, but I wanted to get something for you as well because I have to start off by apologizing. I got you some flowers and some chocolate to help sweeten the deal because I am genuinely sorry. I really didn't mean it, team. So in last episode, for the final week of No Meta November, I decided to bring Tearlaments, a deck that I thought with most of the names at one, the Millers at one, Shufflers at one, Kit Kalos banned, and no real way to play something like Instant Fusion, a powerhouse card that people wanted banned, this deck was just a sack fest. Turns out, I was super wrong. This deck is still extremely strong and very, very consistent. So today, we're gonna be running it back because next episode of Let's Top Locals is already the Invitational right here at Millennium. All of those monthly league invites that you've seen us compete for over the last few episodes come down to this. The best 16 players over the course of the last 6 months will square off to play for quarter century rare prize support. This means that we need to figure out what we're gonna play. I do think I have an idea of what I'd like to change in the deck, but last episode's version was pretty perfect. So today's goal is just to test and see if that was a fluke or not. Is this deck really that good? Did we just maybe get lucky, or do we really need to change anything at all? Hopefully today we can gain some of those answers and get a little bit more clarity on what we're gonna win those prize cards with next episode. Plus, today we're playing for a great cause. So in the Christmas spirit, let's go deliver some presents. And by that, I mean some L's for our opponent.
The dead aren't dead yet, team. Don't worry, Brian can hide behind tier all he wants, but I've seen your comments asking for Zombie Horus to be played. So while Brian's had his head in the waves, we've signed our soul away and added a 4th engine to the deck. Behold, Horus Adventure Zombie Eldritch. Haze, coined by me, obviously. That's like the sickest deck name ever, and that's exactly how your opponents are gonna feel when you're hitting them with 4 perfectly powerful engines. Hazed. We took out the thrust and talents from last episode because they just weren't doing anything, never came up, and what better engine to put in place of it than the OG Doom Daddy himself and his domain.
Best boss monster ever printed out of a structure deck, baby.
So he says every single time. For this build, we have brought in 2 copies of Zombie World, 1 Necro World Banshee, and 1 copy of Doom Daddy Doom King himself. I know it's a really small little zombie engine, but it's way more than Brian's playing, so you're welcome. Now we're playing 2 copies of Zombie World because on the off chance we mill one off of our zombie vampire, we still want our Banshee to be live, or unalive? I guess. These are just cards that net us so much more advantage in the graveyard, and Doom King is a walking 2 interruptions that comes back every single standby phase, and he's a level 8, which means we can utilize him for rank 8 plays if we really need to. However, playing Devil's Advocate for my own deck, I do understand that this is adding inherently several more bricks into the deck. But again, I said this last episode, I signed up for this. This deck is not tier 1. It's just my silly little pile of 4 goofy engines that happen to work together that has become my baby over the last month or so that I'm really enjoying adapting and learning from with every episode. Also, in case you didn't know, both of our full deck lists with side decks will be up on Patreon along with every deck we play from here on out for Let's Stop Locals. We'll also be putting some bonus footage up on there, so make sure you check it out. Links in the description box down below. Thanks! While winning would be great because I do absolutely love succeeding with this deck, today isn't necessarily about winning. It's about doing something for a good cause. We're playing for Toys for Tots, and I'm really happy that we had 46 players show up today with toys to support this. As always, I'm extremely proud of the community that we have here at Millennium Games. But with all that being said, let's see what opponents we can toy with today.
Hello, I'm back.
What's going on, bud? What are you playing? New stuff.
We're playing, let's see,
Show class.
this.
Oh, wow. Oh, all right. On a
Crazy.
tier scale, what are we looking at?
Like 1.5 or 2.
When I activated this card's effect.
What?
What?
What are you cooking, chef?
I'm cool. I'm playing Domenica. I told you.
Now, I don't believe you. Something tells me there's a little fire bird in your deck somewhere.
No. Okay.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. The camera doesn't lie. What a beautiful gift the Golden Lord has bestowed upon me on this festive day. We're playing against Live Twins round 1. Now, for any of you who've been around the channel for a while, you know that Brian has been playing Live Twins since release, has multiple tops with them, so I know this deck like the back of my hand. We start off strong, win the die roll, and our hand is gas. We zombie vampire to see what our opponent is playing, and I see a main deck evenly? Well, that's terrifying, but good news, we have the Brave engine, so that's not gonna matter. We end our turn with all 4 engines in rotation. We have SP, Griffin, Doom King, Engrave ready for the standby phase because Zombie World is live, and go figure, the blind second deck activates Lightning Storm in their main phase. Griffin Rider's gonna eat that up for dinner though, don't worry. Yum, 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 yum. I proceed to pray to God that he doesn't also have evenly, but good news, he doesn't. He summons some twins and makes Link Disciple? Bad news, Zombie World's on the field. Oopsie daisy, guess you forgot. Everyone's a zombie now. We're all dead here, babe. So we repair the game state. He makes Evil Twin Lila and proceeds to pop my set Conquistador, which is perfectly fine because in the end phase, that just means we're gonna get access to Sanguine. It's one of the beautiful parts of Eldritch. Pop me. You won't. With that, his turn ends. He passes. Dracoback bounces the Lila. Eldritch pops the Dracoback to add himself back to hand and summon at 35. Dracoback re-equips itself. We switch our undead family back into attack, and yeehaw, Kings and Lords have taken game 1, as expected. We then proceed to take game 2 in a pretty similar fashion. I'm not even gonna show you, it's the same game. This already feels so much better than our build from the last episode, and I keep thinking if this was Thruster Talents, they would have done absolutely nothing because they didn't hand trap me at all during these games. So I'm really happy we made this choice, and Doom King did exactly what he was supposed to do. So let's see if they keep doing what they're supposed to do in round 2. We're 1-0, baby. Let's maintain. Fingers crossed. Did you win round 1?
I did!
Wow, you didn't report.
I did. I'm sorry.
Para's been looking for you. Oh my god. Discord members, it's the Pain Train. He's real, he's alive, he's got 26 kids and a whole ass farm, but he's here playing Yu-Gi-Oh today. He's not playing trains today. He's playing a different type of machine.
Yes, that I borrowed thanks to my friends, and I'm getting a crash course.
Yeah, thanks to us, we're the best friends. We give our friends decks because they're coming back into the game and they don't want to spend $1 million. But don't worry, we've already spent that for you. So shout out to Zach for coming back in the game. Really happy he's back. And I love that Yu-Gi-Oh! You can always come back into it and the community's always here. So that's really sick. And I hope he does well today.
I'm super ass, dog.
Alright, so we need Hector to lose just to spite you because this can't be an 0-4 day for you.
Well, we're on our way. Hector seems to be doing good. He did.
And then
He's a winner.
that's crazy. Some male bones.
He's already beating you.
My Fire King brethren live on,
Jason Bourne is already down 1 match.
as is prophesied.
It might be cold outside, but we are on fire today. After beating our first round opponent playing Horus Runic, and then winning the dice roll, and then opening Foolish sends a Yugioh, and while we mill enough to get us started, our opponent mills a few Unchained cards, and then all of a sudden, oh, I can't see. It's super dark. I must be lost in an abyss. Guess you could call me the Abyss Dweller, baby, because that is priority number 1. And while I really want to make Bahamut and Toad, I know that Abyss Dweller is just going to win us the game on the spot here. And that's exactly what it does. So we head on into game 2, and I open up what I feel like is my new favorite hand trap of this format. 4 beautiful cards and DD Crow, baby. So we know the choke point here. So we are going to wait for our opponent to put the blue dog in the graveyard, and then boom. Crow the blue dog turns over. Super Poly deals with the board, and the horse cards load up our grave. And then all of a sudden, as soon as we present lethal, nib. Thank God we searched the Shiren so that we can keep playing. Shiren pitches Destrudo, and we hit a Hoffness. That's enough to wrap up 2-0, baby. We deliver our second L, gift wrapped in a bunch of mermaids. This holiday spirit really can't find a way to bring you to tears. But let's see how giving we can be for our next round's opponent.
Hector!
What's up?
Excuse me. Come on over to the feature table, buckaroo.
No,
You're thrown away. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, Jason Moore, we're gonna place early bets, round 3. We're both undefeated, and Hector, I guess. Who's winning between me and Hector?
Well, he is on a Supreme deck.
But I am on the Lord's deck. And it's Sunday. You know what that is? It's the Lord's Day. All right, game 1 against Hector. Oh yeah, the Lord is with us. Not with you. All right, team, it's been a while since we did some voiceover gameplay, so here we are, game 1, round 3 against Hector, and I opened absolutely bananas. We didn't actually have our full Eldritch engine, but we did open full Brave engine, Horus engine, and access to Zombie World. Oh, we also opened Skill Drain, which is pretty good in my opinion, but he drolls me as soon as I start doing my Brave engine, which is actually perfectly fine because we opened Draco back. We summon out our 2 Horus names, make Zombie Vampire, and go figure, Zombie Vampire gets Veilered. I swear to God, this card only resolves once every 7,000 years. It's ridiculous. But that's okay, because that just means we can use our Zombie Vampire in one of our Horus names to make SP Little Knight. We set our Skill Drain and activate Banshee to grab a copy of Zombie World from the deck. Of course, Hector starts things off on his turn by imperming the SP. God, I swear he always opens 15 interruptions. He then activates Tenki to start doing his Fire King combos, but as soon as Garunix hits the board, I flip Skill Drain because I know that is like the best card in the deck and I am not letting any of that resolve. So with that, Hector is forced to end on an extremely subpar end board. Sets 1 and passes. Moving into my turn, Hector wastes absolutely no time and activates Called By on my Duamatef. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of understand the logic of Called Buying the Duamatef because it gets really big once it hits the board with all Horus names, but I 100% thought that my Eldritch was getting called by because that's just the life of an Eldritch player, but we take the blessings where we can. So with that being said, we just activate Eldritch Engrave, pop Draco back, summon out at 3,500, Draco back re-equips, and we waddle over that board to take game 1, baby cakes. Apple!
The mat goes to somebody who is not only playing the deck, but very deserving of it. Hector.
Oh my God! Aw, see, you don't need to win now. You can scoop.
Wow.
Well, kitties, it would seem that Hector winning the raffle mat really instilled some main character energy into him because I opened the most unplayable, pure Brave engine hand of my life. We lost in game 3. Really sucks, but the Kings won today, but the Lord will get him next time. Okay, all right, Hector won. It's all because AJ gave him the mat. He drew insane, or at least he just drew better than my super fair Eldritch deck. Oh, I've clapped Hector every time I played him on camera. It was time.
Winner right here. Sharks, food, seafood right here.
Is this like your little black book?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I'm taking notes for matchups, regionals, and all that stuff.
That's so beautiful. Wow, you're like the only, I think, Yu-Gi-Oh player that is productive like that.
Hey, if you want to improve, you gotta take notes always.
So round 3, we're over here with the Frisbees, or the discs, because we left our opponent spinning and a little bit off the chain. Again. Alex playing Unchained. We move 4 off the Zombie Vampire, and that's how we know this. Guess what time it is, baby? 2 level 4s. Alec literally doesn't want to dwell on this game any longer and try to play through Abyss Dweller, so he scoops it up and we go straight on to game 2. I think that there is a huge discussion in the tier community right now whether the Horus cards are actually worth playing or not. And personally, this is one of the main reasons I like them. If you get to go first and set up Zombie Vampire, you get that like unfair advantage of knowing what your opponent is playing, so you can set up the most appropriate and optimal board to try to beat their strategy. Not only do these cards allow you to get that, but they also are starter cards. They're extender cards. They're cards that force so much interaction out of your opponent, and at the follow-up, they just allow you to put so much damage on board and end the game with a blink of an eye. Game 2, we let Unchained full combo, and Super Poly literally just cleans up. Why is this card at 3, by the way? Through this, we're able to find lethal, and that is 2-0 once again. We haven't dropped a singular game today. Moving on into round 4, we're not going to celebrate yet. We got a little bit of time to see what's going on. Speaking of see, you should see my socks because they're pretty Christmassy. Hell yeah.
Oh, wait, you drew the dog? Damn, you really made the meme real, bud.
Looks like I got a dog in me, you know?
Yeah. Mama Rama's in the festive ass outfit. Look at you.
New sweater.
New home, new sweater.
New haircut.
Oh my God, fresh man. Look
And
at
I'm on an
you.
actual break.
Merry
I changed.
Christmas.
I'm trying to change.
You're on your actual break.
From 6 breaks a day to 3.
Wow, really cut back for the holidays.
Yeah, I have to.
Oh my
I gotta be
God.
in for the people.
Dom's basically just Santa for me this holiday. He's just bringing me all these Sanjis. What a guy. Get you a
Sanjis
Dom
are
like
great.
Dom.
Sanji's good.
You're good.
No, you.
No, you. Yeah, no, you! Yo, he really whipped out that Uno reverse card live in 4K.
Hey team, we're here with the toys, and I just wanted to say that Logan is not the only person who chose Star Wars. Someone else brought in the OG Darth Maul pop. I don't know who it was, but when we find out, we're gonna be best friends because Darth Maul is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. Crush Card lore, on our very first date, the first question I asked Logan was, "Who's your favorite Star Wars character?"
And like a normal human being, I said the greatest character in all of Star Wars and all of writing history ever. It's definitely Anakin Skywalker.
It's Darth Maul. It's Darth Maul
It's-
all the way.
Bro was in one movie, in like a couple episodes of like everything else.
He was the entire animated series.
That's crazy. Was he the chosen one?
He's my chosen one. No, you're my chosen one. That's a lie.
What the hell? Anyway, who's your favorite Star Wars character? Comment below. This went great. Who's hurting me this round?
You're at table 2 against Mr. Shao.
Oh, I'm playing Peter. No! Moments before disaster. All right, we're gonna find out if there's a Firebird in your deck right now.
Of course I have the Firebird in my deck.
Oh, so you lied!
I'm playing Dogmatica Fire King.
Oh, okay. Dogmatica with a surprise.
Yes.
All right, well, let's see what you've got for me. All right, round 4, we are up against Peter, who is insisting that all day he hasn't been on Fire Kings, but I'm gonna call it like it is and say that Peter is being a little pumpkin eater. Being that the structure decks just came out, everyone is learning the deck, which means all of us are reading cards, so game 1 with Peter was a long grind. I didn't have any access to my Horus engine opening hand, so I am relying purely on the Brave engine and my Eldritch engine to keep me alive and afloat, but then out of the blue, lo and behold, now that we're in turn 5, Peter reveals his not Fire King strategy, and he activates Nadir Servant. Just when I thought I had a chance to get that last little bit of damage in that I needed, I see my Golden Lord's life flashing before my very eyes because Maximus is hitting the board and we're sending 2 from our extra decks to the grave. He's searching a Ponix off of the Shireg that he sent. Always happy for a Shireg jump scare, but like not in this circumstance. I really don't like where this is going for me. And then of course he sends Entis, our little dance party, to pop my token. That really sucks. Golly, this escalated quickly. I didn't last much longer after that, and while I commend my deck for surviving like 10 turns of grind, we go to game 2. On the brighter side for the unalive, we opened a lot better for game 2. Absolutely bananas. We opened the Brave engine, Horus engine, anti-spell, and I'm pretty sure I have a skill drain set too. The fact that our zombie vampire got to resolve was huge because we were able to rip Peter's effect veiler and make SP out of it. And while the board didn't look hyper intimidating, I knew that anti-spell was going to hard carry based off of game 1 alone. And to no one's surprise, it absolutely did. He sets up a very minimal board and passes turn, and we just summon back 3 Horus names on our turn, put the token in attack mode, and walk over the board for game. Efficient, easy, undead. Hazed, baby. Unfortunately, Peter and I didn't get to play out our game 3 because time was called in the middle of siding for it. So we ended up in a draw, but that's honestly totally fine because I got to learn a lot about the Fire King deck while playing Peter. Peter and I had great interactions, made a lot of mistakes on both of our parts, but that's the beauty of locals. When we're learning a deck, as long as you're with someone who's willing to learn and make those mistakes with you, it can be a really positive experience. And I'm really happy that I got to do it with Peter because I learned a lot about the deck. So even though we didn't do as well as we did last episode, today we went 2-1-1. Very weird record, but that's okay. We're playing a very weird deck. I'm so happy with everything about this build. I will never be putting Thrust and Talents back in this deck. Banshee, Zombie World, and Doom King absolutely did everything they were supposed to do. I am beyond impressed. I really think the zombie cards added a higher potential and a higher ceiling to this deck. So if you thought it was really fun, feel free to try the list out for yourself. And if you want the full list with the side deck and extra deck, make sure you check out the Patreon. The links are in the description box down below. 3 rarities.
It's 3 rarities.
Wow.
It's CR,
So you have QCR.
Altis, and QCRs.
Wow.
Yep.
3 rarities.
And the Maximus. For the Nadir Servant.
My not Fire King package.
Undefeated moving into the final round. And who do we queue up against? None other than our arch nemesis, our born rival, the Dragon Rider himself, King Ding. and we lose the dice roll, this is going to be such an uphill battle. Ding starts off his turn a little bit more conservatively than usual. His end board is just seals regained, and then he searches a Baldrake at the end step. Now this means one of two things. He either bricked really hard, or he has every single Bestial name known to man in his hand. And knowing Ding, it's the latter. So we start to try to power through this board. Shiren will find us a Kelbeck, Kelbeck finds us a Hoffness, Hoffness finds us the first Bestial, at least the one we knew about.
Sure, the one you knew about.
Yeah, the one I knew about. Luckily enough, we do have Super Poly, so we're going to attempt to fuse with the Shiren on our board to find out if there's any other Bestials in hand. Take a wild guess. There are. Thankfully, we do have a Shuffler to tuck our name right back into the deck. After grinding through a few more interruptions, we're able to make a Baron and a Rue Kalos, make a Dark to steal one of his Bestials, and that finds us just over lethal. We take game 1 through multiple Bestials. This deck actually is kind of nuts. Game 2, Ding goes first again, and then sets one and passes. This is once again either the biggest brick in the world or every single Bestial name. Well, kind of. It's Droll, Serenir, and Nib. This is actually enough to end our turn. However, John's on no engine. So once it comes back to our turn, we're going to take this little Nib token, switch it to attack position, and ho ho ho, ha ha ha, all our way back to undefeated for the day, baby.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, did you know he really wrote ha 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 ho 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 in the script? Yep. Are you a ho 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 kind of person or a ha ha ha? Comment down below. No context for anyone looking at the comment section. It'll be very funny, I promise.
With all jokes aside though, what a fantastic day, undefeated and for a fantastic cause as well. Yu-Gi-Oh aside, this is an amazing community that we have here at Millennium, and I could not be more impressed with the amount of people that showed up to support this event. We had a record-breaking number of people show up just to play locals today, and we could not be more proud of that. It's days like today that really remind you that Yu-Gi-Oh is more than a game, it's more than a hobby, and it's more than you. It is an actual community, and today, this community not only showed up, but they showed love, and that is what it's all about. So thank y'all so much, team, for making this worthwhile.
Yeah, thanks for being our little dumplings. I just found this little guy, but he reminded me of all of you. So thanks for being here, team. We really do love you. You matter. And happy holidays, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're not getting steamed. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm off goal of a DD player.
No one's letting this man lose.
4-0 again, baby!
Wow. Oh my god, your shoes match your sweater. Get out, bro.
Oh man.
You so stop. Yo, he bought the whole drip today. Why you acting so shy about it? You're dripped the hell out.
I'm not acting shy. I mean, I'm out here.
Oh, yeah. Cute little fashion twirl.
How?
Yeah, just do a little like
you know what a twirl is.
like a cute little like a.
Like just a regular twirl.
Oh yeah! Look at the little dripped out guy. Oh, see, I really got him to do it, team. I did it just for you.
You guys are lucky.
Blessed, honestly.
Blessed. Very thankful. Unlike me.
Yes. See, we came full circle.
Fabulous.
You did so great. 3-1 gang. We in it.
In PJs too. In PJs.
In PJs. No pants here. Right, Mikhail?
Nope.